Formula One is often hailed as a European spectacle, a crown jewel in countries like Monaco, Italy, and the United Kingdom. Yet the story is incomplete without delving into its rich history across the Atlantic. But do you know how this global sensation has carved its narrative into the very fabric of the Americas, North and South alike? From the twisty excitement of Brazil's Interlagos to the grandeur of Canada's circuit Gilles-Villeneuve, the Americas have offered some of the most thrilling chapters in Formula One. Today, we embark on a transcontinental journey into an untold narrative for the pinnacle of motorsports, to explore the people, the tracks, and the machines that have come to define Formula One in this part of the world. Historical overview. To understand the footprint of Formula One in the Americas, we must first journey back to its genesis on the war-ravaged landscapes of Europe. Born in the late 1940s, Formula One quickly rose as the epitome of motorsports, a theatre where engineering prowess meant human audacity. F1 represented the post-war European aspiration, a testament to the capacity for technological innovation and international collaboration. However, even as the screech of tyres and the roar of engines echoed in the historic circuits of Europe, the allure of the New World beckoned. The year was 1959, and Formula One found its new frontier, the United States of America. Nestling in Sebring, Florida, a track initially conceived as a World War II Air Force training base transformed into the battleground for the inaugural United States Grand Prix. It was more than just a race, it was a transatlantic heritage, one that would evolve into a long-standing relationship between Formula One and the Americas. The United States was not alone in embracing Formula One. The appeal trickled down south, way south, captivating nations like Argentina and Brazil. Juan Perón, the Argentine president, viewed the sport as a means to instill national pride and global recognition. Tracks like Buenos Aires' Autodromo Juan Oscar Galvez became the playground for passion and performance. Also, Brazil, a nation synonymous with the rhythmic beats of samba and beautiful football, found another outlet for its collective soul. Interlagos, a track as complex as the country's rich cultural heritage, became a home for F1 in South America. Names like Ayrton Senna and Nelson Piquet would eventually become enshrined in the history books of both Formula One and Brazilian history. Famous tracks and races. In both North and South America, certain races have transcended the sport, entering the Formula One history books. Here are some other stories and tracks that remain etched in collective memory in the chapters of Formula One. Watkins Glen. If Formula One had a home in the United States, it would be Watkins Glen. From 1961 until 1980, this track was the uninterrupted epicenter of American Formula One racing. Watkins Glen was more than a track, it was an institution. It was initially built for Formula One, but it adapted to the sport like a well-engineered gear meshing seamlessly into a larger mechanism. It was here in 1976, in a head-to-head duel filled with tension, that James Hunt clinched his championship. The elements, the competition, and even his car seemed against him, but Hunt emerged victorious. The race became a historic moment, not just for Watkins Glen, but for the broader American understanding of Formula One. Unfortunately, Watkins Glen fell off the F1 calendar for a couple of reasons, including safety. The track faced challenges in keeping up with the evolving safety standards of Formula One. As cars became faster and safety became a more prominent concern, a few horrendous, sometimes fatal accidents occurred, such as those that claimed the lives of Helmut Koenig and Francois Sever. In addition, financial difficulties, the emergence of other venues, and the lack of modern infrastructure and facilities for teams, fans, and sponsors affected the track's reputation as well. Interlagos. From the temperate climes of New York, we move to the tropical vigor of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Interlagos, or simply meaning between lakes, serves as a testimony to Brazil's undying love affair with Formula One. This isn't just a racetrack, it's a pilgrimage. Fans are not merely spectators, but participants in a ritual, contributing as much to the atmosphere as the roaring engines and the clashing titans on the asphalt. This track has served as the stage for many legendary tales, one of which was Ayrton Senna's 1991 win. Senna, struggling with a malfunctioning gearbox, willed his car to victory, capturing not just a race, but the collective hearts of a nation. Montreal. Canada may not share the intense passion that pulsates through Brazilian veins, but its contribution to F1 is no less impactful. Montreal's circuit Gilles-Villeneuve is a splendid mosaic of high-speed straights and challenging chicanes, one that was evident in Piquet and Mansell's race in 1986. The race saw Nigel Mansell sweep to victory from pole position, with Alain Prost coming in second place. However, the highlight was how the third position was determined by fuel consumption. The race saw Mansell's teammate, Nelson Piquet, overtook Keke Rosberg after Rosberg just made it to the line before he ran out of fuel. Also, who can forget the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix? A race that unfolded as an epic battle filled with weather changes, countless slips, slides and dramatic crashes. Or Jenson Button's last lap triumph that clearly encapsulates the unpredictability and sheer thrill the circuit has offered since its inauguration in 1978. Iconic figures. Now, let's take a look at the men who, behind the wheel, became demigods in overalls and helmets. Men who are not just mere sports figures, but cultural icons and individual embodiments of national aspirations and collective dreams. Here are some of the faces that redefined the sports with outstanding speed and machinery. Gilles Villeneuve. The Americas have given Formula One more than asphalt to race on. They've bestowed upon the sports figures of legend. Gilles Villeneuve, a Quebecois marvel, was more than a driver. He was an artist whose canvas was the racetrack. Villeneuve had this extraordinary ability to push the car to its limits and sometimes beyond with daring overtakes and dramatic spins, all while displaying an almost poetic sense of balance and control. Who could forget his wheel-banging duel with René Arnoux at Dijon in the 1979 French Grand Prix? It wasn't just a race, it was a high-intensity and adrenaline-popping experience. Ayrton Senna. If Villeneuve is the artist of the track, Ayrton Senna was its philosopher. This Brazilian legend offered more than victories. He provided a study of the existential underpinnings of the sport. Senna was not just a hero, he was a part of the Brazilian identity. He gave Brazil something to be proud of away from the samba rhythm and football. Senna's prowess in the wet, especially his iconic first lap at Donington in '93, serves as a testament to his short-lived career. A career that saw Senna winning 41 Grand Prix and 65 podiums. He also became one of 3 Formula One drivers from Brazil to win the World Championship. Mario Andretti. While Villeneuve and Senna are iconic figures in Canada and Brazil, the United States has its own icon in Mario Andretti. A versatile master of multiple racing disciplines, including NASCAR, sports car and IndyCar, Andretti's 1978 F1 Championship remains a zenith in American motor racing. Racing in Formula One was like mastering a new language for Andretti. It wasn't just about speed, it was about understanding the grammar of the car and the syntax of the track. After his first Grand Prix at the 1971 South African Grand Prix, Andretti later secured 12 Grand Prix victories and achieved 19 podiums throughout his F1 career. As an American, Andretti's success helped boost the popularity of Formula One in the United States, a market where F1 was trying to gain a stronger foothold. To date, Andretti's 1978 championship win remains the last world championship won by an American driver in Formula One, further highlighting his reputation as one of the sport's all-time greats. While these icons stood tall, let's not forget Phil Hill, Emerson Fittipaldi and Juan Pablo Montoya, with each contributing a verse to the growth of Formula One in the Americas. In all, these men were not merely drivers, they were the personification of the relationship between a continent and a sport, embodying the complexities, the challenges, and the triumphs that characterize Formula One's reputation in the Americas. Fandom and cultural impact. Formula One has never been a solitary dance between driver and machine. It's a collective experience, one that's garnered a passionate following on American soil and beyond. But how did a sport, often seen as Eurocentric, cultivate such a solid fan base in the Americas? To an American F1 fan, F1 is like a fusion cuisine, a European dish but with an American twist. You come for the speed, but you stay for the intricacies, the strategies, the rivalries, the drama. Yet this is not a one-way love affair. Formula One too has been flavoured by American culture. Tailgating, an age-old American tradition, now graces the lawns of the Circuit of the Americas. Hollywood A-listers and chart-topping musicians are as much a part of the F1 scene as the pit crews and team principals. In South America, Formula One is not just a sport, it's a carnival, it's a fiesta. The infusion of local music, dance and cuisine into race weekends amplifies a sense of cultural exchange and belonging that transcends borders. In today's digital age, the fandom has transformed and adapted. Social media platforms have emerged as the new grandstands, where fans from different corners of the Americas can come together. Some may have never been to a track, but have lived through countless races on their smartphone screens. There are F1 communities on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, etc., filled with discussions, debates, and of course memes. Additionally, the impact of Formula One in the Americas extends beyond sport and spectacle. The influx of visitors bring economic gains to host cities, but it goes deeper. For example, Instituto Sena, a charitable organization with the intent to help with the human development of children and adolescents across Brazil, was founded in 1994 under the presidency of Viviane after Senna's tragic death. Another example is the US Grand Prix and Circuit of the Americas, COTA. The establishment of the COTA in Austin, Texas, has revitalized interest in F1 in the US. It's not just a track, but also a venue for concerts, events, and other activities that have a broader cultural impact. This has not only hosted the US Grand Prix since 2012, but also provided economic boost to the city and helped to create a unique blend of music, culture, and racing. There's also Montreal's F1 Festival. The Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal is more than just a race. The city hosts a week-long festival celebrating F1, turning the downtown area into a massive street party. This event has become a staple in the city's cultural calendar, emphasizing the significance of the sport in Canada. Also, the inclusion of motorsport engineering programs in American colleges reflects how the sport has entrenched itself into the socio-cultural fabric of America. For example, at Colorado State University, the Department of Mechanical Engineering offers a master's and doctoral degree in mechanical engineering with a research concentration in motorsports engineering. Likewise, in Indiana University, the Purdue School of Engineering and Technology offers a bachelor's degree in motorsports engineering. Other universities and colleges offering degrees in motorsport engineering include the University of North Carolina, Charlotte, Clemson University, Greenville SC Technical College, etc. The changing landscape. Change is the only constant, not just in life, but also in the ever-dynamic world of Formula One. The Americas have been both a witness to and a catalyst for these changes, offering new doors of racing venues that both honour tradition and embrace innovation. Watkins Glen was once America's racing epicenter, a cathedral of speed where legends were born and records shattered. Though it no longer graces the F1 calendar, its echoes reverberate, reminding us of the ever-changing landscapes of the sport. There is a rise in new locations, for example Miami. Bringing Formula One to Miami was not just an endeavour in sport, but a feat of engineering and urban planning. It's created a spectacle that embodies the diversity and energy of the city. Miami is not merely a new venue, it's a statement, a declaration that Formula One in the Americas is not a relic of the past, but a pillar of the future. A thrilling addition in the Americas is the Las Vegas Grand Prix on the city's storied strip. Las Vegas is a city synonymous with grandeur and spectacle, further symbolizing F1's commitment to rebuild itself in America. But the changing landscape is not confined to the rise of new locations. Technological advancements, from hybrid engines to advanced aerodynamics, are redefining the shape of the competition. We're in an era where the marriage of human skill and outstanding computer skills is taking the sport to fantastic realms. Data analytics, aerodynamic modeling, and even virtual reality all have a role to play now. In America, Formula One has the potential to be a poster child for how high adrenaline sports can coexist with sustainability. The advancements in hybrid technology and carbon offsetting serve as a case study for other sports to emulate. Future projections. And where better to explore these projections than in the Americas, the continent of innovation and transformation. The digital revolution has not merely altered how we consume Formula One, it's created parallel universes where new legends are born. Esports offers not just an alternative, but an augmentation to the F1 experience, attracting a younger, tech-savvy audience. For the younger generation, the journey to Formula One begins on something other than a go-kart track. It starts online, where they can hone their skills one virtual lap at a time. Also, inclusivity is the cornerstone of any sport's longevity. Efforts like F1 in schools and scholarship programs are improving accessibility and fostering a diverse generation of engineers, strategists, and perhaps future world champions. As we look to the future, the importance of sustainability becomes ever more pressing. It's not just about what Formula One can bring to the Americas, but what it must also preserve. Initiatives are already underway to explore biofuels, hydrogen, and even fully electric options for Formula One, aiming to marry the thrill of speed with the ethics of sustainability. Furthermore, the Netflix series Drive to Survive has increased Formula One's popularity in the US, where F1 had previously seen limited traction. The series demystified the sport, personalized its participants, and amplified its inherent drama. As a result, there's been an increase in F1 viewership, with increased race attendance and a notable growth in younger audiences. The series has made F1 figures more relatable, leading to heightened fan engagement on social media platforms, ensuring its continued relevance and growth. The story of Formula One in the Americas is not confined to asphalt and rubber. It's written in the dreams of young kart racers, etched in the cheers of an ever-diversified audience, and inscribed in the policies that dictate sustainable practices. Formula One and the Americas share an ethos, a commitment to continual reinvention. Whether by breaking speed barriers, shattering glass ceilings, or redrawing geographical boundaries, this sport and these continents are perpetual works in progress. Today, there is continuous potential for new tracks and cities in both North and South America. Cities from Portland to Panama are throwing their hats into the ring, wishing to be part of the F1 calendar. As the sport's popularity grows, we can anticipate new geographies that will stretch the boundaries of the traditional racing map. Formula One in the Americas is not just a retrospective tale. It's an unfolding saga, still in the making, driven by innovation, culture, inclusivity, and an insatiable appetite for progress. So, as the engines quiet down and the sun sets on our journey for Formula One in the Americas, the best is not in the past. The best is yet to come. And let us know what you think about Formula One in the Americas. Share your thoughts in the comments down below.